Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. I would like to tell my fellow Ghanaians that they should blame the government of the day and this slay queen for the data theft, but not the telcos. This is with all due respect. With all due respect, I want to make this clear to my fellow Ghanaians that they should blame this current government and especially this slay queen for the high cost of data today in Ghana, because this is just a criminal enterprise. This government is just a criminal enterprise that is confused, ignorant, and very deceitful when it comes to taxing of its citizens. It is obvious that this NPP government I voted for, this government that I voted for and I belong to, does not, listen to this, it is obvious that this NPP government I voted for and belong to does not care about Ghanaians one bit. This NPP government lacks basic ideas on how to lessen the tax burden on Ghanaians. Today, the leader of this confused pack, Asla Osu, wants Ghanaians to believe it is the fault of the telcos that is why Ghanaians are paying these ridiculous prices for data. Asla also feels that she can take decisions from her bedroom with little girls feeding her with honey and get away with it. This is the same communication minister who insulted Ghanaians that we are witches and wizards, all because we complained of the incompetence and greediness of her former boyfriend, the president. With all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, this NPP government sees the imposition of the 9% CST as means to make revenue amid falling standard of the economy as a result of high corruption and reckless spending. Now, why am I not surprised this government's 9% communication service tax increase has been condemned by civil society organizations, the industry stakeholders, and the general public? The common reason for this condemnation are that it would adversely impact on the digital development in Ghana and impose unnecessary burden on Ghanaians. The tax imposes 9% of the fee payable for the service and being borne by you and I. If mobile is going to reach its potential for development in Ghana, supportive policies that improve digital inclusion and drive greater growth are needed. Ghanaians must come together and tell our sleeping president and his arrogant communication minister to immediately drop the 9% CST. The economic recession is already devastating lives, the livelihood across the country, and quickly translating into rising unemployment among the young in Ghana. They are hungry, they are powerless because the introduction of this tax appears to be in line with the objectives of the government's tax policy to shift from direct to indirect taxes. The increase of this tax, in addition to the VAT tax that consumers already pay for communication service, simply increases the tax burden on businesses and individuals. This increase would adversely impact lower income consumers. It will actually impact or affect lower income consumers the most, who are already struggling. These people are already struggling, and this government wants to tax them more. My fellow Ghanaians, this is the lie they want us to believe. They are indirectly taxing us over 100%. With all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, this NPP government, and this disrespectful communication minister should be blamed for this burden imposed on Ghanaians. It is a fact. The communication minister, this government, they should be blamed for this burden imposed on Ghanaians. And it is because this NPP government increased the communication service tax by 50% some few months ago. This sharp increase is new and additional to our expenditure. This government wanted to hide the direct impact of the tax, so they forced the telcos into accepting indirect deduction of the tax. And we were all aware, we all know this. Now, who are the ones suffering now, my fellow Ghanaians? Who are the ones suffering? It is you and I, my people. I have been saying that we have to focus because the people we have in government now are just lazy lying opportunists who will do anything to get rich at our expense. This is a criminal enterprise, and this is the time we have to come out and speak truth to power. We were all in this country. We said the last administration, the Mahama administration, didn't do anything. But we were all here and we know how much we were paying during Mahama's time. We saw how the telecommunication industry made remarkable progress from the Rawlings NDC administration through all the way to the Mahama administration. My fellow Ghanaians, we all saw one of the fastest growing telecommunication markets in Africa because of the investment the Mahama administration made in the industry. I'm going to say this again. The Mahama administration made massive investment in this industry. I will say this every single day because we are all witness to that. These are facts, my fellow Ghanaians, and those who want to argue can argue. My fellow Ghanaians, it is a fact. Because of the strategy, the foresight the previous administration have, Ghana today has a higher penetration rate than our sister countries. We all know that this industry still has more room to grow and requires forward-looking policies and strategies that will drive further investment and growth in this country or in this industry, rather than display of arrogance, stiff-neckedness, disrespect, laziness, and show of power and implementation of draconian policies geared towards government revenue generation, which at the end of the day, are all counterproductive. It is time, my fellow Ghanaians, it is time for this arrogant communication minister, Osla Osu, and her boss, the sleeping headsman, step off their high horses and listen to we Ghanaians. We are very, very angry. We will not keep quiet for our government to steal from us. No. We will not keep quiet for a few to use the power we gave them to steal from us. We will not keep quiet and allow greedy, lying politicians who can't be trusted push blame on the telcos while we all know that they are the thieves. You people can steal from PDS, steal from Kelly GVG, steal from printing of new currencies, steal from our mothers and fathers because you are in power. My fellow Ghanaians, this is the time to speak up. We have to come out in our numbers and demonstrate against this communication tax. We deserve better, my fellow Ghanaians. We are not stupid. We have to speak. Where are these monies going? With all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, this conversation is not going to end now. Yes, on Friday the 6th at 3 p.m. Ghana time on Loud Silence Radio, we will discuss this issue thoroughly. So you can download the Loud Silence Radio app. It is compatible with iOS and Android. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Just subscribe to our page, Loud Silence Radio and TV Network. Here on Facebook too, you can watch us live on With All Due Respect page. But fellow Ghanaians, I have always said that I am just a messenger without a Quran or a Bible in his hand. I'm just a messenger who is willing and ready to speak truth to power. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor, and what you just watched here is With All Due Respect.